What's going on, you guys? So check it right. I've got some interesting news in regards to Mass Country by AKA and A-Reece not being featured on the album. Now, we all know by now that AKA's life was taken so unexpectedly and tragically. And with his passing, his family and team dropped Mass Country on his behalf. Now, before his passing, I remember a tweet where a user on Twitter asked him the following, saying, at AKA, now that you've made music with Flame and Nasty C, are we getting music with A-Reece anytime soon? And he responded by saying, when I get back, I'm actually supposed to link up with Reece. We were working on something for my album, Flame. We're not finished yet. We have to link up again for sure. I'm sure this is the year. Now, AKA mentioned that he was working on something for his album with Reece. And fast forward to now, we get to find out that it was Sponono that they were working on. Now, TK, who is the engineer at Revenge Club Records, came out to say, I know the boy ain't never gonna talk about it, and nobody from AKA's camp reached out for the stems. Check the date. So in the picture we have the stems for Sponono with A-Reece and Java as features, and it looks like his verse was completed by the 19th of November last year. So this would dispel all the assumptions and speculation of Reece not making an effort to be a part of Mass Country. I mean, when the track list for the album got released and everyone saw that Reece wasn't featured, he received a lot of hate and criticism, essentially being crucified by majority of fans, regardless of which fan base they support. I mean, you had the Slimes, the Megacy, and just general fans of hip-hop giving the boy a lot of backlash without having all the details, and I'll even admit to criticizing Reece and his team at that time as well. But as I said, it looks like he really did try and make an effort to be a part of the album, but unfortunately he wasn't. But my question is why? I mean, we had Uber Eats ask the following, saying, and nobody from AKA's camp reached out for the stems? Is this how collabs work? And we actually had DJ Clen respond by saying, I think TK is showing that a verse was recorded and sent through, but no one asked for the stems. Maybe they didn't want the verse anymore, they weren't planning to drop the song at that time. But it's not advisable to send stems until the next person is happy with the song. Now, the way TK and Clen framed it, it's as if AKA and his team weren't interested in Reece's verse anymore, hence them not getting back to him. Now, Zadok, who worked quite a lot on Mass Country and is one of AKA's most trusted producers, actually came out to respond to DJ Clem by saying, nah, let's not beat around the bush. That tweet is implying AKA's team didn't want A-Reece on the record, which is bullshit. Forbes had final say on who or what he wanted, period. And Clem responded by saying, and that's okay if he didn't want the boy on the record, but people mustn't come and say the boy didn't want to give Forbes a feature. That is the real bullshit. We can't be acting like the boy wasn't attacked for nothing. So Zadok isn't subscribing to the narrative that AKA's team didn't want Reece on Mass Country, but rather AKA himself excluded his verse from the album for whatever reason. And he confirms this in another tweet where a user tweeted the following, saying, at Zadok, you didn't reach out for the stems, I blame you. And he replied by saying, laugh my ass off. If Keenan Jared Forbes didn't ask for the stems, then he didn't. Remember, we finished that album with him, so do with that information what you will. And what I found interesting is that DJ Clen kind of supports what Zadok is saying. So another user commented by saying, why weren't they sent back after recording? Why wait till they reach out? And Clen replied by saying, you wait for the artist to approve the feature, verse, vocals. You can't really send without knowing if they feel it or not. Sometimes changes are requested, then you fix the changes and still wait for their approval. Then you send when they are happy. So all of this just seems kind of weird. And it's like everyone around the two artists wants to play the blame game. I mean, AKA is no longer here to speak on the matter, and Reece deliberately chose to not speak on the issue as well. So all of this is just unnecessary in my opinion. What I will say is that regardless of who is at fault for the stems not being used, both camps fumbled this feature. I mean, with a lot of fans wanting and longing for this collab to take place, this was definitely a missed opportunity. And to the people saying that Mega didn't put Reece on the album because his verse was mid, you're delusional if you have that take. I mean, Reece gave us the Burning Tree and Deadlines just last year, so his playing game and musicality has been on points for quite some time. But anyways, guys, you let me know your thoughts on this. Which camp do you think is at fault for the stems not being used? And would you like to hear the track? Comment down below. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed. Please make sure to hit that like button if you found the content dope. and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. It's on to the next one. Peace.